welcome. I had the chance to work with the NX1 for a little over a week now, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed by it. Malcolm just mentioned the sensor, and I really want to echo the point about backside illumination. I think BSI is going to make a big difference for photographers, especially when you need to shoot in low light situations and in high ISO. You can still get very clear and sharp and saturated images, and the noise reduction is remarkable. I think we can all agree that there's nothing worse than going home in the belief that you have the shot of the day, and then you open the picture on your computer, on your big monitor, and you see destroyed by the noise. This never happened to me with the NX1.
Fantastic. As you said, you've had the X1 for around a week now, and I'm sure you took a lot of images with it. Is it possible to share some of your images with the audience?
Yeah, sure.
Right, on cue.
I took the camera to Turkey. This is Taksim Square in Istanbul, and you can see it's a very challenging light situation, and I really had to change the settings of the camera really quick. So this is when I learned to love the functionality of the camera, the usability, especially the eye function. So you have one button on the lens and you press it, you can change all the settings in the camera and focus on your subject. Fantastic. And even in terms of picture quality, you can see in the blacks you have a lot of detail and no noise.
Very good.
The next picture is shot in Berlin. It's, as you can see, a long time exposure. You can see it's incredibly crispy. You see details even in a night shot, and I think this is a great example of how the BSI played a big role in it. Again, noise reduction kicks in the darker areas, and you have no noise.
Fantastic.
Again, in Istanbul, a typical street scene, here I had to be really fast because I need to run to get next to this guy, because 1 second later the background would have destroyed the picture with all the houses and the trees and so on. So you really have to have a reliable camera with a fast autofocus here.
It's very sharp, very nice. I like that one, it's nice.
Next picture again, you need a fast autofocus. I shot this with an 18mm lens, so I was really close, and the bird was about to fly off any second, and this wing flapping, it just happens in a blink of an eye. So you have to have a reliable autofocus, and it's crystal sharp. Sharpness is on the eye. You see great detail in the wings, and again, low light situation here. And this is actually a very challenging light situation, because when these guys started to heat the metal, it gave off an incredible bright light, and there's only a small window where the lighting conditions are actually perfect. Right. So in these conditions where you need speed and reliability, fast autofocus, this is really hard for an autofocus to focus because of the low light situation. And this is what I was talking about before. When you're working with purely available light, like photojournalists usually do, and you have a really challenging light situation like this here, you never know if this image is going to come out or not. And it's great to know that you work with a camera that has the capability to get these shots even in the worst conditions.
Absolutely. Marcus, that's great. Fantastic images, and thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
I believe these images really are a good indication of what photographers can expect with the NX1. So Marcus, thank you very much. Certainly appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Marcus, thank you.